Today, I am joined by the incomparable Elaine Hendrix, an actress, activist, and creative force whose career has spanned decades, generations, and with some of the most iconic roles in film and television. From The Parent Trap to Dynasty, Elaine has built a legacy of strength, wit, undeniable presence, all while using her voice to champion causes she believes deeply in. But beyond the screen, Elaine is a woman who continues to evolve, redefining success, dreaming in new ways, and proving that it is never too late to grow, to express, and to begin again and again and again and again and again.
Dang. Can I have that as my bio?
Honestly, I was so excited to not just come up with that intro, but to have this conversation, because I think from the moment we met and connected, I was like, oh, Elaine is so special, and I can't wait for me to get to know you, but also for everyone to get to know you on Dancing with the Stars, and even more so that we get to continue the conversation in a deeper way.
Yeah.
Because I think, like me, I think we like depth and intimacy.
Yes.
And so here we are. Welcome to my living room.
I love it.
We're going to get into it.
I thank you for having me. So happy to be here. And I said, you lead, I will follow. Yeah, I believe that there's things that are personal, and then there's things that are private. And I have very few things in my life that are private, while I have a lot that's personal, and I'm willing to share abundantly.
I love how you phrase that, because sometimes I feel like I put my foot in my mouth and I share the things that are private. And I'm like, I shouldn't have done that. But I love that you have that distinction, because that also is something that I'm inspired by, because you have so much discernment and groundedness in who you are, and yet so warm and inviting. And so I'm excited to get personal.
Thank you. Well, listen, a few years on the road will do that to you. You learn to carve it out real well.
Well, let's start from the beginning then,
Okay.
shall we?
Yeah.
So Oak Ridge, Tennessee is where you're from.
Yes.
Was there a moment where there was just this spark of inspiration that you were like, this is what I want to do. I want to be an entertainer. I want to be an actress. I know what I want.
Well, so I was born in Oak Ridge, and then I grew up in Morristown, Oak Ridge is already a pretty small city. Morristown's even smaller. And I've always said, like, I've performed my whole life, but I never was like, oh, one day I'm going to get to Hollywood. It didn't even register as a possibility. I guess I knew that actors were doing with their jobs, or really I didn't think about it. I didn't think about like what people on TV, what their lives were actually like. They were just characters in shows. Yeah. And so it wasn't until high school, when my mom and I moved to Atlanta, Georgia, and I started going to a performing arts school, that I was like, oh,
this is a real thing.
Yeah, it's very real. And I started dancing, and my mentor he had trained with Alvin Ailey, and so I learned professionalism at a very high level very quickly. Yeah. And so I just took all of like the love and the joy and my very amateur experience growing up, and then started applying it, and then just literally putting one foot in front of the other, one opportunity after the next, capitalizing on it as much as I could. And next thing I know, like, here I am.
I feel like we share a lot of similarities in the sense that, like, we believe in manifestation, higher power, guidance. So was there a moment for you, though, that you were like, this is the redirect, or like, I'm just doing this for fun, but now this is going to turn into something, and I've got my eyes set on it now?
Yes, it was gradual, though.
Yeah.
There wasn't like a moment that it happened. Yeah. It was really an unfolding for me, because I had no ties to Hollywood. I didn't know anything about anything. And I started in Atlanta, Georgia, where at that time
it was not what it is today.
Exactly.
Yes.
Sorry. It was not at all. They didn't even have a SAG office there. And now, like, it's completely changed. So I got kind of like a taste and an understanding, and sort of like dipping my toes in the water. And then it wasn't until I came out to LA that I was like, oh, now I'm in the deep end.
But what was the impetus of coming out to LA? You were just like, this is where I need to be?
Yeah, because again, at that time, like there was so little opportunity in Atlanta. And you had to, like, if you wanted to do stage work, you went to New York. And if you wanted to do film and television, you went to Los Angeles. Of course, now all of that has completely changed. You can be anywhere to do anything virtually. But at that time, yeah, I was like, oh, I really knew that I wanted to go towards film and television. I kind of had thought about maybe sort of acting, and I really looked at that time I looked at acting more as enhancing my dancing, because I was really focused on dancing. And my mother, even, like, all of my family went to university and college, and most of them went on to doctorates and all this. I come from a very highly educated family. But my mother said, I don't think you should go to college. She said, you've got, dance, you need to do that while you're young, while your body can do it. And she said, and I don't think you should have a backup plan.
I mean, your mom is a gem of a soul and a human.
Yeah.
You usually hear it's the complete opposite.
Yeah. And I have never taken that for granted at all. Like, my mom was incredible. And she pushed me and encouraged me and championed me in whatever I wanted to do. And I took it all very seriously, and I was just a sponge. I still am today. I think that's probably one of my, if I may say, one of my like strong suits is that I love learning. I'm so curious, and I say yes to so much because I'm like, what can I learn here? What can I do? Explore, gain, et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, my mom really fostered that in me.
What have been the things that have been the most rewarding?
Gosh, that's a great question. I would probably say, I mean, really, I think it's the life skills that I've learned. Because you can teach someone about professionalism. You can even teach someone to a certain extent about acting. But it's everything that goes around it, and the business, and learning, like you mentioned in my introduction, resilience. Like, that's something you can really kind of only learn through life.
Experience.
Yeah. And this business is a hard crash course in that. And there's many other qualities like persistence and believing in myself and
even if you have a mom who had like believed in you and pushed you, no backup plan, the environment and the world of this business will challenge that.
Very much so. Yeah. It doesn't do it on purpose, but it will tear you down. It's just sort of the nature of the beast. And again, like it's easy to take personally because you're pouring all of your personal self into it. It is very personal. And so you're constantly in this like conundrum and this battle back and forth of like, it's personal, it's not personal.
Yeah.
It works, it doesn't work. Oh, yeah, what's happening to me? Oh, I'm amazing. Like it's everything.
Yeah, I'm going to botch what the saying is, but I always love when people are like, when people talk badly about you or when they talk good about you, don't take any of it personal.
Yeah.
don't get attached to the bad stuff. Don't get attached to the good stuff either, because it's going to change in 2 seconds. And if you can have that, just trust in yourself that what you're doing is enough or what you're doing is on the right path, and trust that, then it doesn't matter what the noise is around you, but easier said than done.
So easier said than done. And that, there's times that I really connect with that and I feel very in the flow. And then there's times that I'm just not, that I'm battling, and I'm battling myself. I'm battling my flow, my purpose, whatever you want to call it. And those times are just, they're brutal. And then you slap on top of it an industry that really rewards outside appearances. You add that into the mix, and it can become a lot.
And I know you've shared with me, being 54 on Dancing with the Stars, like, you're not dancing like you're 54. You're dancing like you're 16, and like your essence is timeless.
Oh, well, thank you. There's, I think, many things that contribute to that for me. I got to give a shout out to my family and the genes that I inherited. I think we, certainly as women, we forget that, that like your chemistry plays such a big role in that, and you've only got certain control. And I was blessed with really great genes. And then the other part of that is then I've like taken care of those. You know, I've become the steward of the genes that I have. And 54 is, I think these days, with each generation, we live longer, we advance, we grow, we expand. And 50s are the new 30s.
Yep.
Or at least I'd like to think they are.
I think they are, absolutely.
But that's part of this journey with the show for me is like, I remember how I was when I was a dancer. And that was, before I got hit by a car.
Yes.
Before
That's also what I meant by being 54. You had a car accident, your body, like...
It's all different. I had to, so we kind of skipped that part, but I had to stop dancing because I was hit by a car while I was riding a bicycle. And that completely changed everything for me. And I could no longer go after what I had been so focused on and literally had already given up things for, and I had this plan and I had to pivot because life happened. It was completely unexpected. I tried to convince myself I was okay. I was not. The first class I went back to, I had to go get a cortisone shot just to be able to walk again because I was in such pain. And then that, the positive side of that is that I used that momentum to pivot towards acting, to keep performing, because I love that. But the challenge of that is that I have not, until now, I have not trained at that level in 30 plus years. And so my mind is like, I remember what it was like. I remember what I looked like. I remember how I felt. And it's not this, so I'm battling like how I felt, the things that I used to know. Well, I got to give that up because all of this is new anyway, because I've never done ballroom, but yet my body kind of remembers stuff, but then I'm learning new stuff and I'm comparing. It's like, it's a soup that's happening.
Yeah, I can imagine. Well, and to go back, it's like you said you were more focused on your dancing than even the acting. And so you did pivot.
Yeah.
Were you able to process that in the moment, or is there a bit of processing now?
For sure now. Yeah. I mean, I don't know about you. I feel like another part of our kindred spirits is that we're both like A+ personalities.
We're like, hello, we can be there. Yeah.
I'll take on the world and then the rest of the planets too. Yeah. Yep. And so at that time, I was like, I couldn't be injured, because I was just starting, I was just getting momentum. It was how I was making my living, and I was so ready for it all, and I panicked. And then the show must go on, so life must go on, and I kept going. And so I'm processing it all in a whole different way now, which I think is a real, if you can have that awareness and you can have this space in your life to do that with the awareness and the space and then the tools and the support, it's kind of like all these years I've been building that so that when these moments like this come, I can go, oh yeah, I can process this in a whole new level that I could have never had before. I wasn't ready. I didn't have certain experiences. Well, now I do. And now I'm getting to process it in this way, and I'm loving it. It's very challenging because I do want to say, it's part of my job as a performer. And one of the things I love, the challenge that I accept about it, is to make it look easy. Yeah. To make it look as full and rich as possible. But let me tell you something, I'm paying a price for that through the week, mentally, physically, emotionally. And that's just, it's part of my drive. It's part of how I'm built. It's part of what I believe in and the ethics of being a performer.
But I think that this is so important that you're sharing this, because I think that's the biggest misconception about Dancing with the Stars, is that we're having so much fun and it's amazing. And that is yes, and it's the hardest thing people say that they've ever done.
Yeah.
And I remember when you came over the other night, somebody asked you, are you having so much fun? You're like, I don't know if fun is the right word, but it's the most rewarding and fulfilling.
Yes.
And I think that's so important to share, because not everything is sunshine and rainbows, even though sometimes we share and show that.
Yeah. Speaking of sunshine and
rainbows, you're right on time.
Oh, cue the sunshine and rainbow.
There you go.
Yeah, that's like part of our job, to make it look. I mean, listen, I would have never, even as a dancer, much less as just a non-performer, would I ever say that ballroom is easy. But the part of me that's a dancer was like, I can do that, and then I get in there and it's like, there is so little about this that it seems intuitive to me. I feel like I don't click.
I'm like, all this.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is not how, that's when my body kicks in. It's like, this is not how I was trained.
But I will say, and easier said than done, because I am a ballroom dancer. Yeah. But I think that that's the part that allows people to fall in love with you so much, is the vulnerability and the rawness, that people aren't experts. That can get boring sometimes, the complexity of a person is what brings people in. And if you're just one note and good all the time, there's been people on the show that are great dancers, but you don't connect to them because they're not wild, they're not messy, they're not showing you the part of them that is human. And I think the pressure of being a performer and an artist, you want to put your best foot forward. And so that battle also is probably something that you're probably like, I need to be the best at it, I need to be performing, but it's okay to show the cracks and the this and that, because that's what people see in themselves. And it's endearing, it's charming, it's the thing that people feel the most safe with also, to know that someone else isn't perfect.
Well, I'm really glad that you bring that up, because I go in every week, as you know, we are, and I don't think the audience necessarily knows, we are filmed the entire time.
Yes.
Everything is captured, every rehearsal, multiple interviews. Whoever has to sift through this, God bless them. It's wow, it's a lot of material.
They're a machine and they're amazing.
Yes.
And it's wild.
Oh, so much. And then they've got to carve out a package that makes sense for the dance and the music and the show and where we are in the show. And so there's a lot of times that I'm like, well, as a performer and part of being an actress, I understand getting messy. That part I accept in the process. It's just the final presentation can't be that way. And so sometimes I'm like, I do wish they could see even a little bit more, because that part I'm comfortable with, as an actor, I even purposely will make things messy just to shake it up.
For the storytelling aspect.
For the storytelling,
as well.
And to discover new things about myself, about the characters, especially doing plays and stuff when it's a live performance. So I relate to that a lot within this show, that element of it. So I wish a little bit more of that could be seen, because I'm not I don't go in every day and here I'm just coasting through and then putting it forth. No, it's blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. What has been probably the thing that's been the most surprising throughout this season for you?
Yeah. Two things. I expected it to be hard. It's even harder than I expected, which kind of blows my mind, because my threshold for hard is really high.
Yeah.
It's really high. And the fact that it surpasses that, wow, that is shocking. The second thing is when I'm in a designated rehearsal space, I'm like, okay, all of that. But then when I start to go into like the interviews, I'm used to talking about a character.
Yes.
And I'm used to or like even this, like there's at least some sort of focus. Like I know like we're connecting and it's very personal. There's still something about the interviews that it's like, I'm not talking about a character. I'm talking about myself, and it's within a show, and I don't exactly know how it's going to be used or whatever. So I feel like I'm a little like, I don't know where I'm going.
Well, that is actually a really important question, which is, have you ever done anything where it has been about getting to know Elaine?
No, not at this level. Not when we're having record viewing numbers, Congratulations, by the way. That's
Thank
incredible.
You. It's all of us.
Oh, well, I'm so honored to be a part of this season. Like it just feels extra special.
Yeah.
And I'm really grateful. But no, like not on this scale.
It kind of just leads me to like being seen. It's like, I think every human on this planet wants to be seen, but then when we are seen, how does that feel? And I think as an actor, as a performer, there's an element that we can still control to perform, to do a good job, to then be validated for the job that we've done that we can still control. But this is you.
Yeah.
You are exposed and fully out there, and it is your talent. You're not able to not hide, but hide behind a character.
Yeah, I
know. So it's like this there's a lot of this like duality friction that's happening, right? It's like I'm being seen, but I'm like, I don't know how to do it.
Well, you understand well. You've been in all aspects of it. You understand.
I have, but I'm also like you, discovering stuff for the first time with these record-breaking numbers and new audience members coming in. I've been so insecure this whole month. Like I've been crying more this month than I have in my 37 years of life.
Wow.
Because the energy of more people seeing me as Julianne versus me as a host, a dancer, a singer, an actor, like all those things, it's much more vulnerable. Yeah. So for this being, and I've been doing this for a while, so like for this being like the first foray into it, I can imagine it's confusing.
Yeah, it is. This is where maturity is really on my side, because I just finally have enough experience where it's not like, oh, I feel less insecure or I feel less nervous or scared or whatever. It's just, I know how to navigate it. I know what it is. I can identify it easier. I know what to do with it. I know how to, I don't always like the word process. I know how to move through it. You know, I am a big subscriber to trauma getting stuck in our bodies, and how thoughts and emotions and feelings, and then we start saying and doing and acting stuff that's like, where is that coming from? Yeah. And it's real easy to get swept up in that if you can't recognize it. Yeah. You know, and I'm at the point in my life where like, oh, I know what this is. Okay, I don't have to start, behaving in certain ways and automatic and from that trauma response. I have new tools. Yeah. They work for me. I can do it. It doesn't stop it. It's just, it becomes more manageable.
Yeah. I know we already talked about it, but it kind of makes me want to go a little bit deeper with like when you said that the body holds trauma and responses with the car accident that happened. Yeah. Was there certain spaces in the body? And again, have you been experiencing new things as you're doing the show in that regard? Yeah.
Yes and no. I mean, this is kind of one of those frustrating things that I'm like, God, you name the modality of healing. I've done it. I've tried it. I've done it.
I love it.
And there are still spots in my body, like when I get like if I haven't been working out enough or I haven't been using my body enough and my body starts to get weak, it goes right to the injury spots in my shoulder, in my hip. I've got a titanium joint in my foot, so that's like always a thing. And so those are just signals to me.
Yeah.
That's like, oh, you need to focus on some strength, or you need to focus on rest, or you need to focus on stretching. So I've learned to recognize them as signals, and through this show, they are signaling. They are giving me lots of signals.
Alive and well.
Yeah.
We talked a little bit about just the inspiration that people have been saying you are in the comments, and how it's kind of just got you emotional thinking about the fact that like your dreams and how they evolve and what you think it's going to be might turn into something else. Share a little bit more about that, because again, we get like 10 seconds to talk in the skybox. And so hopefully this can be more of a space for you to share what you so eloquently said to me backstage.
Oh, well, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. For me, and it does make me very emotional, I personally believe that my part of my gift of this world is to inspire, and through performing to bring joy to people, because underneath it all, my greatest, deepest desire is to end suffering, to end needless pain, you know. I think we need a certain amount of pain to grow and to make us be humans, but then there's some pain that's just like, that's I think just simply wrong. And to kind of simplify it, that's a whole other conversation, but
we got time. We're good. We're hanging.
But so for me, you know, I do this because, and how it touches me so much, the inspiration is for people to get that spark of hope, of joy, of something that lifts them out of their normal conditioning, that elevates them to think bigger, broader, expand, that makes them feel alive. Because to me, that's the ripple effect, right? That's the pebble in the pond that just goes out. And that is what I live for. That's why I'm such an activist in everything I do. You know, I say I'm an actress, a performer by day, but you know, by night, my life job is as an activist. So I've learned as I've gotten older, I don't compartmentalize it all. You know, it's all meaningful to me, and that's how I channel it. That's what it means to me.
I love that you just said that it's not separated, it's not fragmented. Like you've clearly done so much work in your life where it's seamless. It's all a part of Elaine. It's all who you are. That it's not like this and that and that. But like, you're so amazing with Sunny. So like animals obviously is one big element. Obviously inspiring humans to come out of whatever their suffering might be. Yeah. Where does that stem from? What is the like root energy? Have you always been like that? Was it something that you tapped into later on in life?
No, I think that was my wiring.
It was innately who you are.
Yeah, I really believe, you know, it's nature. It's not nature or nurture. It's nature and nurture.
A combination, yeah.
So I was born highly sensitive. I was nurtured to embrace being highly sensitive. I'm an only child. I was a latchkey kid, so I had to figure out a lot of it on my own. So some of that is, you know, to get super personal, a lot of that is chasing the alleviation of my own suffering. And but to me, I feel like at this point in my life, I'm really doing it in a healthy way, whereas I maybe used to do it in a, I think can be an overused, oversimplified term, but in a codependent way, you know, in an unhealthy way, that I used to want to feel like I could save other people and save other things, and I really...
Hi, nice to meet you.
Yeah.
I know what this feels like.
Yeah. And now it's like,
That's not your responsibility.
Not my responsibility.
But yet you can still just be you and inspire that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then I get so much from it. And then it's reciprocal. It's not just one way, you know? And I mean, that's part of being human, you know? We are not meant to be isolated beings. So
that's what I'm working on right now. I'll share something.
Yeah.
I'm working on relational dynamics. I've done so much work personally and in isolation with self that intellectually I've healed. I've done so much stuff. It's hard. I don't know how to have relationships. And like ones that like I actually think are meaningful. I think you can relate to this as a performer. I can be present. People think I'm very connected to them, they're very connected to me and they feel great. But I'm like, do I?
There's still some kind of
there's like a block.
Wall.
And I am personally working on a relational side of things. So what you just said about we're not meant to do this in isolation. That's where I'm at.
Well, you know, and I mean, talk about messy. That's where you learn, like, to discernment of, like, because you can't be that way with everyone all the time, you know, and all that. So it's like, you know, how much of you do you bring and allow?
And trust.
And trust, and vice versa, and letting people in. And, yeah, I mean, that's just sort of lifelong, I think.
Well, one of the relationships that you have that I just admire, and I think so many people do because we've been able to see it from an entertainment perspective, is your dear friend Lisa.
Yeah.
And she's been at every single show.
Yeah.
She shows up for you, and you clearly show up for her.
Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about that relationship.
So we met during the Parent Trap, and we connected pretty right away and just stayed in touch and, you know, just really invested in the friendship, both professionally and personally. And I've been saying sort of lightheartedly, but also quite seriously, that Alan is my show security blanket and Lisa is my life security blanket.
I love that. That's really beautiful.
Yeah, she really is my ride or die. Like, just what we have been through is incredible. It's really incredible.
Yeah, I love too that you did dedication night with her, and like that you got to share that moment too. And yeah, that was amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so one of the things that I also feel like we share a lot of our kindred spirits experience with is design.
Yes.
And you were telling me when we were in New York, actually, when we announced the cast and everything, that you have your dream home and that you've been like working on it or designing it. And like, tell me a little bit more about that, because that is like my love language, is design and aesthetics and everything.
Yeah. Well, okay. So, I mean, like, your place, I'm gagging over your place. It's just like, oh my gosh, it's the ultimate. I also love, and we did talk about this, and your memory is incredible. You're very clear on your design and aesthetics. Like,
like fashion and everything.
Everything.
All of it.
Everything, you know, and I want to be, I don't know if I'm the first, but I'm going to claim it. Note it here. I have said, like, I can't wait for your own clothing line. Where are the investors? Where's the companies? Let's go. You need it. You need that. I will absolutely be like your first customer. I love mid-century modern. My aesthetic, though, isn't necessarily as like streamlined as yours. Clean.
It's like clean, minimal vibes.
Yeah. No, mine's my home is mid-century modern, and I love that. But like, each room is painted a different color and it has sort of a different feel to it. So I also bring to the mid-century modern a a little bit of an eclectic,
lived
creative
life.
Yeah.
I mean, like you just said, I mean, this is where my brain goes. It's like each color is a different room. I'm like, oh, so that's the different parts and personalities of Elaine.
Yes.
Yeah. And like, what mood do I want to feel in this room? And what mood do I want to feel in that room?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Yeah, and I've curated the whole thing. It was like things that were my grandparents and my
Memories,
grandparents, my
yes.
mom's, from different productions and cities and all this, and then just special things that I have found. And yeah, but it all works and it all flows.
Yeah. I'm a Cancer, so everything is about environment and home and everything. So when you said at the very beginning of the interview, it's like some things are private and some things are personal.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe your home is your private space.
A little bit.
Because that's like that's everything. That's all of you. That's like your memories and trinkets and all the things that you've collected over the years. I don't know. Am I wrong? Am I projecting?
No. You're really onto something, because my home is like my sanctuary. That's I'm very sensitive about who comes over, and I will send out whenever I have a party.
Yeah.
I'm like, no stranger dangers, meaning like no
no
new booze showing up. Like, you don't get to come in with someone who you just met 20 minutes ago. That's not going to be a thing in my home.
It's like when people have weddings and you're like, this person is not going to be in my photos for the rest of my life. You're not allowed to bring a date. Like, that's that.
Totally. But into my home.
Never. I'm a little opposite, and I need a little more Elaine in my life for that. I need some more boundaries. I love it. What's been the nugget? What's the seed of inspiration for you? Since you're inspiring others, what's the seed that's growing inside of you?
Oh, yes, next Broadway. I'm very clear about that.
Oh, that was the easiest answer of all time. Hello, clarity and certainty. Oh my gosh, I got so excited.
Yeah, thank you. Yes, I've done off-Broadway.
Yeah.
And so getting on that, the white way there, yeah.
I have chills. If
Thank you,
I
the
was
great
wearing
white
shorts,
way.
you would see. Honestly, wait, that excites me so much.
Thank you. Yeah.
Is there something specific that you're looking to do, or just putting it out there?
Just putting it out there. Yeah. I mean, I have certain shows that have come and gone and all this that, I mean, Bob Fosse is hands down my all-time favorite. So anything he has ever touched, I would love to be a part of.
I mean, hello, Roxy. Come on.
Not going to say no.
No,
Not
yes.
gonna say no.
You heard it here. Put this woman on Broadway.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, I'll be the first person to buy that ticket.
Yay.
Oh my gosh.
Can't wait.
Actually, I know Bernie tells you. Should we just call him right now?
Let's call him. Okay, yeah.
Literally,
Can somebody
where
get
is
Jules
my
her
phone? No, this is happening.
I love that.
Wait.
Yeah, that, and then I will say I wouldn't mind. Nobody's asked me, but I mean, I've kind of heard whispers of I want to go out on the tour.
Oh, hell yeah.
I want to go do some cities.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love this. Go do the tour. Go on Broadway.
Yes.
I mean, what else? Let's start. Are we cauldron the witches brew right now? What are we calling in?
Well, I did bring you the pumpkin, so
yes,
it is that
did.
time of year,
Okay,
the portal's open.
I love it. And you've got the black cat. Everything's happening.
Yeah.
Okay, Broadway tour. You've got your gorgeous home. I mean, you're in this abundance flow right now. What else are you calling in?
I would also like to do, which the tour kind of marks that, but I want to do some more traveling.
Yeah.
And my mother always used to say that we needed to plan more, because the moment we planned something, a job would happen.
Totally.
And then we'd have to, so I can't name how many vacations that I've had to cancel, and how many times that I've been I got my ticket to London. Oh, I had to bank my ticket to London because I can't go. And I've been trying to get to London literally for the past 5 years, so I would love to go to London.
Well, I also remember you saying, you're I'm single too. I'll go on a girls' trip. I'm let's go.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Yeah, so see, I say that to you because please, I would love for you, for us to take each other up on that.
I will. I'm working on my relational skills.
Perfect.
It's so funny. I'm so outward, and when I like start getting close with somebody, I get so nervous. And then I kind of do this push-pull thing.
Okay.
And so if you start feeling me pulling back,
Pull back. I mean, hey,
get over here.
I got it.
Yeah, but now I've vocalized it, so it'll be good.
Okay.
So we're gonna go on a
Good.
trip together.
I love that. I listen. I'll give you that. I can't really say that I've said out loud ever to. Certainly on an interview. I think sometimes I worry that how do I say this? Surprise people because they have such an image of me because of my characters and all this. And I'm not like my characters. You know,
Well, because you've played like, not the villain. Meredith Blake is not a
Well,
villain at all.
no,
In
but-
fact, TikTok really doesn't think so.
Thank you, TikTok.
But you're right. There's like an air and like a sophistication of like, I don't know.
Yeah,
the eyebrow,
glam,
all of
and,
it. You know,
I'm just drawn this way. You know,
is that a Jessica Rabbit?
Yeah, exactly.
I love. But you are so like warm and kind and delicious and like cozy.
Yeah, but you also like haven't seen like my collection of Star Wars videos
Oh, you're
and
a
my
nerd,
board games
too?
at home. I'm a total nerd. Yeah, I'm like have the adult coloring books and all of that.
Oh
so
my
I have
gosh.
game night at my house all the
What
time.
do you play?
Like we'll play like all kinds of stuff, and we just get really goofy. I'm very playful.
Playful.
I love to play.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, have you taken your Enneagram test?
Kind of,
Are
but
you
it's
a 7?
no, I don't know. I think
know.
I'm more like a 2-3.
Oh, okay.
But it's been a long time, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, oh my
know.
gosh.
But I'm open to it.
I love discovering you, and I think that there's like a well of play coming your way with performing, with expressing, with also just like enjoying.
Yeah.
And you said you want to inspire people to feel joy, but you are joy. And I always say that is the highest level. Well, I don't say it. David Hawking says it. But the highest level of like, you know, the frequency to be putting out in the world. And so thank you for bringing so much joy to everybody's life, but also to my life. And like, I really meant what I said. Like when I met you in New York and our time on the show, I'm like, I am so in love with Elaine. And I just feel so safe with you and yet nervous because I think you see me so much. Those piercing blue eyes just goes like straight through me.
Hello.
And so I'm like, I love it and I hate it at the same time. In the best way. So thank you for doing this with me. This is also a new venture for me too. So thank you for letting me guinea pig on you.
Absolutely. You're good at it. You're really good at it. You listen, you know how to segue, you know how to keep it natural and to help people feel at ease. You have a good memory. It's all amazing qualities. And you yourself being willing to be open, like all that does is like, make it so much more easy for me or whoever's sitting here.
Oh, well, I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
that's also my mission or my gift, I hope, is that I can be vulnerable and share what's real about my ups and downs so that people know that, we're actually more similar than we are separate.
Yes.
On that note,
Okay.
should we carve pumpkins?
Let's go carve pumpkins.
I know.